Hi Scorpio, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys are well. Welcome to mid-January 2022. Got a reading for you. Let's get into it. So, Cancer full moon on the 16th, 17th of January. This is a bit of an emotional, reset. It's a kind of like a nurturing full moon. So you've got an opportunity to really nurture your inner hurts, your inner emotional pulls. Don't be surprised if you're nostalgic. Don't be surprised if things from the past are building up in your mind, because there is a Mercury retrograde. There is also Venus retrograde. And it tests our communication. It tests finances. It's testing love, right? And so if you're feeling quite challenged at the moment, if you're feeling like your heartstrings are being pulled at, it's probably because there's this program that's running in the background, and it's got a lot to do with the lack mindset. I think it's really important for me to bring to your attention at the moment. The North Node is currently in the sign of Taurus, South Node currently in your sign, which means we've just moved into a completely different sign, which means energetically there's an energetic adjustment taking place to a completely different set of energy. It happens to be Taurian energy. This is one of the facets of Taurus. This card is of Taurus. It's the paupers making their way to the church where the 5 pentacles are illuminated in the stained glass window. They're being invited to come into source. Inside that church is the hermit who is preaching to his people a sermon. And it's almost like they get this opportunity to kind of come out from a harsh environment where they've been battered and bruised, and they're really feeling a bit sorry for themselves. It's about overcoming this energy this year. It's about really creating a strong enough mental mindset about your abundance and the way that you see your abundance. The lesson of Taurus is stepping into the Hierophant energy, and I think it's so poignant that we go from this to the Hierophant card, which is complete spiritual 180. It's an evolution in itself. And so I think this year you might feel, especially in mid-January, you feel the need to come out of the cold, right? There's the Justice card, card of Libra, scales being balanced, voice of reason, and then there's this Two of Swords. Scorpio, this is a very, like, if you imagine, she's sat out, it's night time, it's probably really cold, she's probably exhausted holding those swords up. She's got her blindfolds on, so she can't really see what's going on around her. But she's in this very contemplative stance. However, she is ready to attack. If you imagine, that's probably really exhausting. And so whenever this card comes up, I've always got to say, listen, there's no immediate threat other than the one that's in your mind. And if you take a moment to just relax, put the swords down, take your blindfold off, have a look around, you'll see that there's no need for you to exert so much energy into protecting yourself, when what you really need to do is bring balance to the situation and really look at this lack mindset and what you can do to really come in from the cold and plug into source. There's got to be some balance brought to the situation, not balance where it's exhausting you having to overthink the situation. It's about taking the action as opposed to being in your head. The Five of Swords is conflict. It's winning the battles for sure, but it's about knowing what battles are necessary. Pick your battles, Scorpio. You've overcome some really tough things in 2021, and there is this energetic resource of tapping into our abundance. If abundance is what you're really seeking, and I think if you're here and you know what I talk about, that probably is why you're here. What I will say is conflict energy puts resilience in the path of abundance. There's way too much resilience right off the bat, Scorpio. And so I say try and seek some sort of Libra energy, balance energy, just see where it is that you can take the pressure off yourself a little bit right now. Up until Aries season, where the new spring year starts, winter is a process of natural decline. We go into Aquarius season, which is a fixed energy, just like yourself. You guys do really well in fixed signs because it gives you the opportunity to slow all the way down, get a good look at your bearings, and then make a decision from a well-informed place before you go in for the kill. Aquarius season, Mercury retrograde. Mercury goes from Aquarius back into Capricorn, right? So there is something about revising a lesson, about a responsibility, about a balance, about something about your due diligence, something about the way you do things. It doesn't need to involve conflict, and it doesn't need to exhaust you. And it's like you've got to pick yourself up out of this lack mindset. And the only real advice that this reading is giving is finding balance to the situation. There's got to be a balance in give and take. There's got to be a balance in communication. Even in your natural energy, you've got to find the balance. It's not about being on guard all the time. I've got the Knight of Cups. There you are, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. For some reason, I feel that's the Cancer full moon. And then you've got the Nine of Wands. This guy is battered and bruised. He has fought his way to accumulate all those wands, and boy, do they look great on him. He's only got a little bit longer to go. He's not quite made it yet. There is a lesson here about gratitude, a lesson of stopping to take a look at what you've accumulated. It's about taking comfort in, your home, in the things that you've earned, the things that you've put together. It's about slowing down, and I think mid-January, as we come into Aquarius season, it's going to be very much about the slower pace, about enjoying the things that you've put together, the things that you've accumulated, the things that you've worked your ass off for, Scorpio. So be proud of yourself. I do feel like there's some sort of emotional outgoing. I do feel like you're going to offer your heart, your emotion, your cup. I do feel like there's an emotional offer amidst all of this conflict that you want to make. And I do feel like it's about resolving the peace. I do feel like it's about coming out of this very conflicting kind of energy. And I think it's about just being very oh, here we go. King of Wands and the Chariot card. Scorpio, you might decide to take a bit more of an authoritative approach to the way things are moving in your home, the way things are taking place in your home, or even the way that you are moving. It's about being a lot more courageous, I feel, and a bit more confident in who you are. And I don't think this is empty kind of confidence. I think this is confidence in covering your bases. The stars, energy, it is Aquarius, the card of Aquarius, Aquarius season. I think as we go into Aquarius season, it's quite important that you take this very much Capricorn, Cancerian lesson, right? It's about being a little bit more assertive about the direction in which you're going. Not controlling, grabbing life by the reins, working with the dualities, meaning the goods and bads. The obstacles that come in the way are not blocks. If anything, they're an opportunity for you to overcome something and put some pennies in the experience bank. Broaden your mind. Really consider all of the options and the possibilities and all of the things that you can truly accumulate once you decide to really roll your sleeves up and get down to business. The King of Wands is a businessman, and this doesn't have to be business. I'm talking about taking authority in a direction, a more balanced direction, taking the authority to make the situation more balanced. I think that's... Wait, hold on, we got... Oh, Scorpio. You know when cards fall on the floor, I think it's like an important message. That's why it's like come up like that. I'm just dragging it along with my foot. Sorry, Scorpio. The Two of Cups. That is sweet love. I think this person that you're with, it's a bit of a work in progress, and there is something about the two of you overcoming a lack mindset, especially when it comes to the level of love that you have for each other. I strongly believe in this relationship. I strongly believe that the two of you will overcome any lack that you might be feeling, any lack of confidence, any lack of inspiration, any lack that you're feeling whatsoever. I've already said it, I believe in this connection, and I believe that you can overcome a lot of things if you are daring enough to take the lead in healing emotional, unresolved stuff. And it might have to do with a less than mindset, a lack mentality, feeling less than, and actually coming into the wholeness where you're both seeing each other with a full cup for what you both are, which is the mirror of each other. You both came from the same. Scorpio, I think that's all I have for you. I've got an additional 15 minutes to all readings booked between now and February the 1st. To book a reading, visit the website rubyreadstarot.com. I think that's all I have for you. End of the day, huh? Getting tongue-tied. Time for a hot bath, I think, Scorpio. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Do give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, you can leave me a comment. Take care, and I shall see you soon. Bye.